eventually they invited me back to their hotel with them. So I'm starting to shift my brain thinking from sex is something that I get to sex is something that she gets.
Awareness with judgment is insecurity. Awareness with non-judgment is presence.
It was very smooth, right? So I now have this like extra thing that I know how to show girls. I know how to teach girls. I know how to lead girls through. Ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Hey guys, welcome to Practically Famous, where we help you master the art of game and inner healing. I'm Brad, your host.
And I'm Jake, your co-host.
All right, so we had a lot going on this week. We're both pretty exhausted.
Yeah.
We've been pushing really hard. It's all good though.
Yeah, it's
still having
good.
fun.
Yeah.
Before we get into some shenanigans that happened this week, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Help us out with the algorithm. Let us know what you guys like, what you want to hear more of. And we'll keep coming at you every week with fun and crazy stories from my 90-day challenge, which we're really in the thick of now. I'm on day 36 and we're still going strong. No PMO, full-blown semen retention. 36 days is my record for semen retention. It ties it, right? So as of tomorrow, today it ties it. As of tomorrow, we'll be uncharted territory. 36 days is absolutely a record for no explicit internet content. Because even before, when I've done like a semen retention streak, I would still have moments where I would like stumble and like look at stuff online. I just wouldn't like full blown like go over, right?
Did you set 36 days the first time earlier this year? Or is that?
Yeah, that was earlier this year, back in like February, March. So now this one is like a pure streak though. Absolutely zero, not even like one peak whatsoever. I'm so proud of myself. It's been so life-changing. The identity shifts that continue to happen on this process are absolutely insane. One of the big things for me that was coming up this week is just how honest I've been with girls lately. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to hide things, right? I'm like really letting go of a lot of shame. And, you know, I don't care so much what people think about me anymore. I still have moments, but I've been telling girls about my semen retention journey and about quitting explicit internet matter.
It's funny, actually. When we're out, sometimes I like we'll go into a set and like I could hear you telling them about the 90-day challenge, and it's cool to watch, but it is funny sometimes.
Yeah, you know, girls think it's cool. Obviously, I don't get into the depths of the details with just a random girl. Like, yeah. So when I tell girls about like my 90-day challenge, I'll usually just say like, I'll tell them about the social part first. And then if things progress, then I'll get more into the deeper stuff. Yeah. Like, so I went out on Tuesday night this week.
And that's calibration too, so.
Exactly, right? Yeah, no, there's a time and a place for everything. Yeah. But it has been important for me. And it's been important for me to see that being honest with girls, like you don't have to pretend. You don't have to pretend like you're this cool guy, like you're this amazing person. I mean, I am a cool guy and I am an amazing person, but I don't have to pretend like I am, right? I don't have to come up with the cool thing to say. It's like, I just am cool, right? And I just sit in that. So it's been crazy going out every night. I had to approach 5 girls a night last week. And Tuesday night was a really interesting night for me because I went out there and it was pretty dead out. So I started talking to like the only girl in the place. And luckily we pretty much hit it off right away, like chemistry right off the bat. And she was out there with her friend for her friend's birthday party. It was just the two of them. She invited me to go hang out with them. And we just chilled together, the three of us at the club for a couple hours. Like I said, there was pretty much nobody else there. And we had a great time. We had so much fun. We were laughing. We were like dying laughing, sitting at one of the tables, just like cracking up, could barely breathe. And eventually they invited me back to their hotel with them. They're local, but they were doing like a staycation for her friend's birthday thing. And they're like, we're going back to the hotel. We're going to go in the pool. Do you want to come? I was like, yeah, sure. So this is the kind of random things that happen to you when you do a 90-day challenge. You're out on a Tuesday night And I ended up back at these girls' hotel room at like 1 a.m. maybe when we got there. So we go and we sneak into the pool because the pool's closed. Pool closed at like 10 p.m. or something. And it was fun. It was just like a fun little adventure. I ended up staying there till like almost 5 a.m. with them. You know, at one point when we were at the pool, the friend excused herself, went back to the room, just left me with the girl that I was talking to. And we kind of snuck away over the jacuzzi and made out in there a little bit. Had a fun night. Felt like, you know, we just felt like a couple of teenagers sneaking around, you know, sneaking into the pool, making out places we weren't supposed to. So it was just really fun. But this is the girl that I was telling you that I was just telling her everything. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't care. And you know what? She was telling me everything about her life too. Everything about her past relationships, about, you know, her past life. And I was so comfortable just holding space for all that with her. You know, I think a lot of guys get very worked up about the chaos of femininity and some of the past of girls. I don't care. And I can really hold space for that because I'm also holding space for myself now. Like, I'm holding myself in grace because I have a past too of addiction and, you know, some bad decisions. Not like a total degenerate failure past or anything like that, but a past, right? And it took me all this time till now basically to get my problems under control. And because I have them under control, I'm so proud of it. And I'm so proud of who I am and the man that I'm becoming that I just have no problem saying that to people. Mm-hmm. This is who I am. This is my story. My story is, I think it's interesting. I think it's inspirational. Mm-hmm. And girls think it's cool too. Especially, you know, well, I start with the social challenge part and they're like, oh, that sounds so cool. You're going out all the time, because girls are social creatures, right? So they think that's fascinating. And then I tell them that I'm also being sober during it. That adds another layer to it. And then if me and the girl continue to go deeper and start to get more intimate, like that girl and I were, then I'll open up even more and tell them everything. Mm-hmm. Because again, it goes back to what I was saying earlier about not trying to pretend. I'm not trying to pretend that I'm a guy that's perfect. I'm not trying to pretend that I'm a guy who doesn't have flaws, who doesn't have things that I need to work on. I want girls to know who I am.
And you feel like before you would go out and try and you'd project perfectness or some version of that. And now you've shifted to more authenticity over perfection or some sort of front.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I think on every level, it's going to require some amount of authenticity or vulnerability. You can't be perfect all the time, obviously. But now it's like, I'm not so worried about it anymore. Like, if I lose the girl, I lose the girl. And they can sense that I don't care, right? I'm not needy about it. And I'm on my no PMO thing anyway. So if I don't get laid, it's not that big a deal. But I did, and I talked about this last week, you know, I made the decision to, if I do start having sex, I'm going to keep maintaining the no PMO and not have an orgasm during sex. And I did that this week. And what a life-changing experience. Mm-hmm. It completely reoriented and rewired in my brain a lot of things about the way I used to be, very compulsive, always seeking sex for validation so I could feel good about myself, so I could just say, oh yeah, I got it on with this hot girl or whatever. And now it's like, well, I'm not even doing that to feel good about myself because I'm not even getting, you know, the good finish or whatever. So it's had me thinking like, so why am I doing this then, right? I'm actually doing it for connection, actually being present in the moment with her, which is another reason why like I just want to tell her everything, because I'm not trying to do it to get a notch. I'm trying to actually connect now. Mm-hmm. And then obviously the other reason is to do, you know, something nice for her. So I'm starting to shift my brain thinking from sex is something that I get to sex is something that she gets from me, right? Because I'm not desperately clawing for my own good time anymore. Mm-hmm. I'm just there. I'm just present. I'm just there with her. I'm there for her. And it's great. And I never thought I would be in a place like this or have this kind of mindset ever. And I'm sure anyone listening is probably thinks I'm crazy or something, but it was so great. Like, I don't need it anymore. The neediness is just being shed like day by day, realizing that I don't need this to feel good about myself. I don't need this to feel okay. I'm good enough as I am. that whole mindset shift, that whole identity shift is just taking place in me, and I feel it, and I know that women are feeling it.
And you think that you're there now primarily, I mean, of course, what has gotten you there is the culmination of many things, but most potent of those things maybe is the fact that you looked at your life, saw what you didn't like, set goals, personal goals for yourself, and then create structure to work towards them. And now you can consistently see every day I'm no PMO, doing my 90-day challenge. And that's what's giving you, that's where the non-neediness is coming from.
Yeah, because I'm giving myself everything that I need, right? And before too, it was all based in addiction, right? It's like, I need this to feel good because I don't feel good. So now what happens when I don't feel good is I have negative emotions that come up, and I just feel them, and I work through them. I let them pass. I take the lessons from them, but I actually heal them now instead of numbing them or escaping them or repressing them so that they just stay stored in my body. I'm a lot more free. I'm a lot more open. And that's where, people talk about, you go on this no PMO thing, you get a lot more attraction from girls. That's why, because I'm so much more free and open, and I'm not bogged down by negative energy. I'm releasing all the negative energy. And I have a positive view of myself, and I have good intentions with the girls that I talk to. As before, it was all about, what can I get? Can I get validation from you? Can I get sex from you? Can I get good feelings from you? But now that's not where I'm at. Like, I'm much more in a kind of giver mindset.
You show up already with the good feelings.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we talked about that. It's like, I'm storing all my good feelings within my body, so I don't need to take from other people. And this is all stuff that, I've learned in personal development, that, you want to be a giver of positive energy, but I just always struggled with. I'm like, how do I do that? And I've kind of found a way that I can now do that. A way that I can give myself my own validation, my own positive energy, and then it just kind of spills out, and people just sense it off of me.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about yesterday, so we went to a party yesterday. Just one of our friends who owns a event company, put on this party, and we went, and I felt very comfortable from the beginning, and we went in with the intention, at least I did, of like, I don't need to get anything from this. Like, I'm just here to show up, to have a good time. I don't need to try and get anyone's number or try and bring anybody home or do anything like that. But as soon as I walked in, I started talking to everybody, and I was doing exactly that, right? I was just sharing the positive energy that I had at the time with no expectation for anything in return. And for me, it was like the most fun. That's what makes going out fun for me. When I stop trying to expect something or trying to get something, and I just share positively, and if it goes somewhere, it goes somewhere. If it doesn't, that's okay too.
And what happens when you do that? Like, people like talking to you.
Exactly, yeah.
Right? So things are more likely to go in a good direction. Not always. It's not guaranteed. Not everyone is going to be meant to connect with you. But when you don't need things from other people, they want to connect with you because they don't feel like you're trying to take something from them.
Yeah. And if you do energetically want to take something from them, they do not want to give it to you. And if you're energetically giving to them, they want to give to you as well. Yeah,
the law of reciprocity, right? When you give someone something, they feel this like social, I don't know if I want to say a pressure, but they have this feeling, and then they're like, oh, I want to reciprocate. I want to do that. It's just a social thing that we have as humans.
And I think pressure is not the right word there. I think because pressure, I didn't feel like I was pressuring anybody at the party, right? I was just genuinely sharing, and so it came from a much more authentic place. So people wanted to give to me. They didn't feel pressure to.
Absolutely. It's good to be able to fill your own cup. We've kind of mentioned that topic over the past few weeks. Be able to do the things that make you feel good in life so that when you are out, you're not needy.
Yeah, I agree.
Obviously, I found so many things in my life. I'm doing the improv comedy, which I'm doing twice a week now, doing the country swing dancing, which I've done 4 times in the last 2 weeks. So I've been doing it twice a week. Guys, seriously, go country swing dancing. It's so lit. You can invite anyone. Like, you can invite a girl on a date. You can even just invite a girl who's a friend, because it's just a fun thing to do. It doesn't have to be a romantic thing. I've taken 3 different girls over the last 4 weeks I've danced with. So it doesn't have to be like a big, oh my God, like we're dancing together kind of thing. It can just be a fun, light thing. It gets you out of the house, gets you having fun, and it just builds your confidence. And I remember I had a moment last night when we were out at a random bar. We were talking to a girl and I showed her some of the steps that I had learned. And
fire, by the way.
Yeah, dude.
So smooth.
It was very smooth, right? So I now have this like extra thing that I know how to show girls. I know how to teach girls. I know how to lead girls through. Mm-hmm. And like I taught her a bunch of things in like 5 minutes. Like I taught her a bunch of different moves and everything. She was having fun, smiling, giggling, like they always get. They always smile and giggle when you dance with them, guys. Like they just love it. It's so viscerally like masculine and feminine polarity.
Yeah, exactly.
So much better than just trying to, hey, how's it going? You know, having a boring conversation or something.
Yeah, get you into your body, all the things too.
Exactly, right? Like everything I'm doing, the improv comedy gets you in your body, the dancing gets you in your body. It's all about being in your body. NSDR, non-sleep deep rest. Been doing that a lot lately.
Yep.
You're a little addicted to that. You've been doing that like multiple times a day, right?
I love it.
Yeah.
10 minutes, that's all you need.
That's all it takes, baby.
That's all it takes to get embodied. It's fire. I have been doing NSDR a lot, but I've also been really defining in my mind and in a framework, you know, what are all these things that are happening under the surface that are producing these results in a way that, you know, eventually we could teach. You know, if any guys watching that's interested, like everything that we're experiencing, we are bringing a lot of awareness to, and we're asking ourselves, why is this happening? The reason, I don't want to say the reason, but as a result of that, like we will be able to teach everybody how to do exactly what we do. It's simple. It's not always easy, but it is simple. And there is a framework that we follow. And for me, over the last week, I've been really excited about developing what that framework looks like and what teaching it might look like. So that's kind of what my week has been like.
Hell yeah. I can't wait to get some guys out here and start teaching them what we do.
Yeah.
Because it's fun.
It is fun. It's a lot of fun. It's fun and it's meaningful and
so meaningful.
You learn so much about yourself and about people and about you stop judging yourself so harshly and all these things that kind of cascade as a result of walking down this path.
Yeah, well, you brought up a good point there. Judgment and non-judgment. That's been a huge theme for us over the past several weeks. Going out and just realizing, bring awareness to how often you are judging things, right? And not judging as in like condemning, although sometimes it's like that, just judging at all, period. Saying like, this is good, that's bad, I should do this, I shouldn't do that, they should do this, they shouldn't do that, why did they do that, right? Just judging. We're always judging, and it's such a bad thing because it takes one. I don't want to judge it. I don't want to judge judging. Yeah. But what judging does is it really takes you out of the present moment. And being present to the moment, that's where you're going to find all your game. Mm-hmm. Right? We can tell you, oh, do this or do that, say this, say that, but none of that really matters if you're not present to the moment, if you're not in your body. If you're in your head and you're judging, then nothing's going to come out right, because you're going to come off insecure, you're going to come off needy, because that's what judgment is. Like, it's needy, right? I need things to be a certain way. Like, just let things be the way they are.
Yeah. Awareness with judgment is insecurity. Awareness with non-judgment is presence.
Exactly. Presence is what we're seeking. Awareness without judgment, right? All right. Awareness without judgment is presence, and awareness with judgment is insecurity.
Exactly.
So it's literally the difference between being confident and insecure, essentially, right? Presence, you're going to be confident in the present moment because you're not going to care about anything. Mm-hmm. But if you're judging every situation, oh, I should have talked to that girl. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I look like a loser. Or, I'm not getting the results I want, right? All these judgments that you put on yourself, it's just going to keep you insecure. It's going to keep you feeling bad, and you're not going to have fun.
Yeah. And that's why I'm so addicted to NSDR right now, because NSDR is a non-judgment practice for me. So we just talked about how important non-judgment is, but like, where do you start with it, right? In my opinion, you know, you have to start by seeing yourself and not judging, and that'll naturally lead to you know, not judging other people, not judging whether or not you get her phone number, not judging all these other things, but it starts with you. And so NSDR is pretty much just a meditation, more or less. But fundamentally what you're doing is you're bringing awareness to your current state, and, you know, judgment is in the mind. It's not in the feeling. We feel a feeling and we make a story about it. That's what judgment is.
Okay.
But you can break the loop. If you feel a feeling and you judge it, all you need to do is come back to the body, because you come out of your mind. You can't judge from your body. You can only be aware of. So you come out of your mind into your body and you no longer judge what you're feeling. That's where you start. You practice that over and over and over again until you can become fluent in understanding when you are judging something.
Yeah.
And then you take that skill and you go out into the world and you say, oh, I'm doing the same thing with other people. I'm doing the same thing with situations. I'm making a story about whether or not they're good or bad, right or wrong. And you're like, I don't actually need to do that. And then come back.
Yeah. That's the way I grew up, man. Like, judgment was all I knew. It was like there was good and bad, good and evil, sinning and not sinning, I guess, whatever. And it really messed me up.
Yeah. Why? Yeah, that's a good point. Why is religion so judgmental? Is that a true statement, first of all?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And why is it? Why?
Seems like, I mean, at least the way I grew up. Why is it like that?
Yeah.
Well, I think because a lot of it, I think, is just an instrument of control. So it's like, if we can judge something as bad,
to scare people,
and then tell them that they have to be the opposite of that, or they're bad, right? So it keeps you in this cycle. And of course, because no one's perfect, so people are going to do things that are bad, and like, well, you know, if you don't come back to us, then you're going to be, you know, excommunicated, or you're going to go to hell, or whatever. That shit really messed me up as a kid.
Yeah. I was about to say, no wonder it messes people up, dude.
Dude, yeah, it's rough for sure. I've been viscerally reminded over the past few weeks about the dangers of religion, for sure.
For sure, yeah.
But anyways, I wanted to say about non-judgment, how I've been practicing that, like I mentioned earlier, with girls, just like being honest with them about my journey. Like even the deepest, darkest, like I've been honest with them about addictions that I've had since I was 14 years old, right? A lot of guys are not willing or able to speak about their use of explicit content on the internet because it's kind of a shameful thing. And I'm just like, man, not judging any of it. We'll just say it all. And what I've started to realize is that this is an absolutely necessary stepping stone for my charisma.
Non-judgment is?
Yes, absolutely. And my ability to just be open and honest with girls about anything in my life, even if it's something that I might have felt embarrassed about or ashamed of a long time ago, last month, you know, something like that. So this is such a huge part because what I'm learning to do is remove the filter in my mind and to stop trying to filter the things I say to present like a good version of me, right? I'm not trying to be perfect. Like I said, I'm not trying to be cool. I'm just trying to be real. And then that's actually something that the improv comedy is helping me a lot with too, is just shutting off the filter. Just get in the moment. Say whatever comes to your mind. Say whatever is real in the moment. You don't have to think. You don't have time to think in improv comedy. You just have to make a choice and then go and then roll with it. And in improv comedy, one of the nice things about improv comedy is it kind of builds your self-esteem too, because when you make a choice and roll with it, everyone there, like on your team, they have to roll with it too. There's no disagreeing in improv comedy. It's always agreement and then build off of it. So even if you say something ridiculous, like, yeah, I rode my giraffe to work today, they have to say, yeah, you did. I saw that. Was it hard to get it in the parking lot? Right? They don't have a choice to be like, no, you didn't. That's ridiculous. And then like go somewhere else. That's not how improv comedy works, right? So you learn in improv comedy, like no matter what you say, people are going to be on your team still. And people are still going to be there with you. Now, out in the real world, that's obviously not always going to happen. But there's something about it, something about the safety of it, the safety to express and to feel like other people have your back, that your teammates have your back, that helps you open up and it helps you drop the filter. Because that filter is what's messing so many guys up. It's why they don't know what to say, right? It's why they freeze up or lock up, or oh, I can't talk to that girl. Why not? Because you're judging what you would say to her, or you're judging yourself as not good enough for her. Yeah.
Yeah. That's all the filter is it's judging, like, is what I want to say, is it good enough? Is it going to land X, Y, Z? But then you just turn that off. It doesn't matter how it lands. Yeah. And ironically, turn that off and it just lands better.
It is the most paradoxical thing.
Yeah.
Right. You try to say something perfect and it will come out terribly.
Yeah.
You just say something random and it'll make people laugh because people are starving for realness.
They really are.
We live in a very, very inauthentic and fake world. Everything's airbrushed, social media, AI. No one's real. People are craving realness from other humans and real human connection. And I'm starting to tap into that. I feel myself starting to tap into that a lot more. I still have so far to go. I keep making these huge breakthroughs and then having to go through several days of integration and low energy after that. It's almost like an investing chart, right? Where it's it goes up and then it goes kind of slowly down, but not all the way down. And then it has a massive spike up and then slowly down and then a massive spike up. That's what I feel like I'm doing. I just have these massive breakthroughs and then I contract for a few days. And I've been kind of feeling like that ever since. So I had a pretty wild Tuesday and Wednesday, super successful. I was out till 5 a.m. and then, I was hanging out with my girl the next day till 3 a.m. and had all these crazy epiphanies and crazy breakthroughs. And, it was nice to, really connect with a girl and, start something new and fun and exciting. But then the few days after, it's low energy. Some of that's just physical. I've been staying up so late and it's been tough on the body, but I kind of knew that going into the 90-day challenge was going to happen because I'm just out every night and I'm doing things like that. I'm socializing and I'm making connections and I'm giving off physical energy, but I'm also giving off emotional energy as well. So I make these massive breakthroughs and then I have to kind of digest them. And it takes a few days, sometimes a week. My brain is recalibrating from addiction at the same time that I'm doing all this. So
whoa. Don't tell me that you're turning towards being more patient now.
Oh yeah. So the other big theme of this weekend, right, is that what I've learned this week for sure is the importance of patience, because I have basically discovered this program in my mind and I was aware of this, but it's becoming louder. It's interesting. It's the longer I go in healing from this addiction, the stories that I am aware of, they're just becoming louder in my mind. And I think the reason is they're dying. And so they're becoming louder on their way out the door. They're rising to the surface and I'm letting them go. So it's I have this massive breakthrough. And then the next day I'm okay, what if I don't maintain this? What if it was a fluke? What if I never get better? I need to push harder. I need to get more. And it's so ridiculous because I can't just enjoy my breakthroughs and my good times. It's exhausting. Yeah. Really, it's so exhausting to be like this.
Yeah, it is kind of funny too, because it was interesting to hang out with you this weekend. And I told you a couple times that let's look at it objectively for a minute. And you've been doing crazy things, staying out to 5 a.m. with these girls, having these amazing stories. We're good.
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
Maybe I could take a couple of days to integrate and digest everything.
Exactly.
But I do I've just noticed that story. And so I'm trying to just become more aware of it now when it rears its head and to be okay with some stillness. And maybe not every moment of every day needs to be the craziest story, because I think maybe that's just addiction left over, right? I constantly needed to be stimulated, right? Whether that was through my main sources of addiction or even lesser things, right? It's my brain always needed something to feel okay because I couldn't just sit in the silence, right? So now I've gotten rid of all my crazy addictions, the substances, the internet stuff. That's all gone, but my brain still craves the stimulation. So it's okay, so it loves to go out and stay out till 5 a.m. and have crazy stories and whatever, because that's stimulation, right? But then the next day when that's over and I'm just chilling, that's when I start to feel okay, no, I need something more now, right? I need to do something else. I need to do that again, basically. So I'm learning to just sit and hey, we're good. We're improving, massively healing, experiencing things that are so much fun. Dude, I get to live a life that most people don't get to live. I'm going out 7 nights a week. It's pretty wild.
But I'm curious about, that moment the next day where you've kind of slowed down and these feelings arise of wanting to do more or do it again or whatever. Talk to me more about what that is really like. What does it feel like? What are the thoughts? Walk me through that.
So I think the thoughts are,
Like, I guess you did mention what the thoughts are, but like, how does it arise? Like, you just are sitting there and you feel an uncomfortableness and it causes thoughts?
Yeah, it's like my mind it basically immediately, like, it accepts what I did and then just starts looking at the next level and is like, well, I don't have that yet.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, you've been wanting a new toy or something.
Yeah.
And then you buy the new toy and then the next day you're like, but I want this other toy now. It's like you just spent 3 months wanting that one toy and you had it for a day and now you need a new toy. Like, why don't you chill out and enjoy yourself for a while?
Yeah. And I feel like I've read more than a handful of books that have talked about that phenomenon of like, you could take the example of like people who make a lot of money, who like start a business and then make a lot of money and then they have a lot of money, but they're like, well, it's not as much as, whoever else. And then they keep going and they just keep driving themselves further and further. And it's like they get to this place where they don't even like their own life because all they're doing is trying to get more when they already have so much.
Yeah. The hedonic treadmill, I think they call it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like, I want to make $10,000 a month. And then you make $10,000 a month and you're like, I really want to make $20,000 a month. You can't even enjoy it for a moment.
No.
Right? So then you make $20,000 a month. You enjoy that for a day and you're like, okay, now I want to make $50K a month. And that's all I can care about. Right? It's the same deal, right? It's like, oh, I had this amazing story where, I'm out all night, sneaking around, having fun, being sexy and all that shit. And then it's like, oh, but tonight might not be like that. So maybe I am a failure. Maybe it was a fluke, right? It's like all these stories start coming into your head.
So why is it important to slow down and to celebrate and to acknowledge your wins? Why is that important?
So you need to let your growth land in your body. You need to feel like, no, I am this person. Why is that coming up? Because there's a part of me that's afraid that, okay, I'm not that person. Maybe it was luck, or maybe it was whatever, or maybe that's all I can ever get and I can't get more, or something like that. You have to let your growth land in your body and be able to move as that person. Let it become your identity. And that takes time, right? It can't, unfortunately, it just doesn't happen in a day or in the moment, right? And that's what makes accomplishing goals, I don't want to say dangerous, but when people accomplish their goals, they're often not like super happy, because what actually made them happy is working towards the goal. The accomplishment of the goal is great, but once you accomplish a goal, you basically just start setting new ones. It's the journey that's actually meaningful, not the destination. So once I reach a new destination, I enjoyed all that, journey towards it. But once I got there, now I'm like, okay, well, what's the new destination? And so I'll set a new destination and then I'll enjoy the journey there. But you also need to take a moment and embody it, let it become you. Otherwise, you're going to continuously be trying to grow from a place of like your old self, right? Your old self, you kind of got to let that guy die and let your new self catch up. So that takes time, and you just got to slow down and breathe into it and allow yourself to have a few days where like everything's chill.
That was very well articulated.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And I think
pretty much pulled it out of my ass.
No way. We do that? No.
Just making things up as I go.
Yeah. If I could also pull something out of my ass.
Let's do it.
I think that is where true abundance comes from, as well as to celebrate the thing that you're working for, right? To truly enjoy it. I think for two reasons. Number one, I think that, those positive feelings that you let yourself feel when you celebrate the fruits of your labor, those are the positive energy. That's the creative force that's going to actually magnetize more of that to you. So number one, you feel good, and that's a very creative space to be in. And number two, if you aren't celebrating, that means your focus is on something that you don't have.
Yeah.
And so you will always be attracting what you don't have instead of multiplying what you already have. So it's almost like if you pay attention to the things that are coming into your life, celebrate them, give them gratitude, they will multiply right in front of you.
Yeah, gratitude is huge. When you're grateful for your life, you do receive abundance.
Yeah.
Right? And when you are constantly focused on what you don't have, you're always coming from a place of lack. That was actually another big breakthrough that I had this week. So I was doing a float yesterday, and in my float, I was kind of tense. and feeling a little locked up. And I was realizing that I was having these thought patterns of like, oh, I'm still not good enough. I still want more. I still need the next level and all that. And so eventually I just kind of decided to accept that feeling and really like dive into it and just feel my tenseness there in the float tank. And eventually, after a few minutes of doing that, the tension finally dissolved. And I went into one of the deepest states of relaxation I've ever been in my life. Full like disassociation from my body. Like almost couldn't feel my body whatsoever. I was just pure consciousness. And from that place, I was actually able to start thinking about the goals that I have and the things that I want to accomplish, but not from a place of being tense and needing something, because I was relaxed. So I was fine, right? Like I was totally relaxed. So when I actually started thinking about these things, I felt like I could have them and that they were already here and they already existed, right? It's basically visualization that I was doing in there, visualizing from a place of abundance. Hey, I already have this. Mm-hmm. This is mine. I claim this. But when you're coming from that place of being tense, like, oh my God, I need this or I'm not going to be okay, it's so hard to manifest it because that's what you believe. You believe you don't have it. Mm-hmm. And so everything you do starts to align with that belief, right? So when you act from a place of not having it, you push it further away. Mm-hmm. But when you act from gratitude, right? Because that's what gratitude is. It's being thankful for everything you do have. So being grateful for everything you have brings things to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was really powerful. Like your story on floating. I've really liked meditation, embodiment, all this stuff, but visualization has never been something that I've really been energetically comfortable with, to be completely honest with you. I have this weird thing that happens that like when I sit down and visualize, I feel needy when I'm visualizing, and so I just don't do it very much. That's something, honestly, I have to look up. I've got to like dig into that a little bit and figure out what's going on there. But
well, I'm the same way. I always struggled with visualization. That was why yesterday was such a profound moment for me, because I was doing what I felt like was true visualization, true manifesting. And I think it just had to do with how relaxed I was. So I think when we visualize and we feel that like it's coming from a place of neediness, it's because we're not as relaxed as we truly need to be to feel it. To feel those things like we have them.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I get tripped up on like this wanting though, right? Because I feel like I don't try and attract from wanting. I attract from courage or above.
Yeah.
Like choice or above. And so for me, when I think about what it is to visualize, I just think about wanting things, and it doesn't ring true with me. I don't know. I got to look inside. I got to look internally and figure out where the resistance is, because something's going on in there.
Yeah. Well, no, even the way you said, like what was happening to me yesterday is I didn't feel like I was visualizing from wanting. Mm-hmm. I felt like I was visualizing from like having, like, because the only thing that was in existence in that moment was my conscious awareness. Like I said, I completely disassociated from my body. So my awareness was just seeing the things as if they were already happening. It wasn't from I want this, so let me think about it. It was like just, oh, this is my reality right now.
Yeah, this is what it would feel like to be me right now.
Yeah.
In whatever the vision was.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Anything else you got for us this week?
The only thing I have to say for this week is that whatever we're doing is working a lot. And I saw this weekend that just our presence was able to really change people's experiences for the better.
Yeah.
You know, we, like you had said earlier, right? People are looking for being real. They're looking for safety. They're looking for comfort, because we're surrounded by not those things right now. And we were at the bar this weekend, and we were talking to some girls, and then this happens every once in a while. Like one girl in the group really doesn't want any girls to be talking to any guys, and so she came over and she literally stood between us and the girls that we were talking to, and she was not happy about us being there. But we genuinely stayed in our bodies, stayed good vibes, interacted with her for had to be 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And in those 20 seconds, though, I was just absolutely amazed at how much she was so tense in her body, but it all drained away because we were there so embodied, so grounded, so holding the container, that it all just like, I just watched it like flow out from her. And then she was like bubbly and dancing, and she turned around and her friends like lit up when they saw her. And I was just in a pure amazement of that moment, because I saw our vibe, I saw our groundedness bring that to her, right? She was acting from a place of, most guys that talk to them are uncalibrated. They don't feel comfortable. They're not in their bodies. And so to have people that are, it's very rare. And so it brings people out. It makes them feel safe and it lets them drop their guard. And I literally watched her drop her guard in front of us. It was amazing.
Yeah, she was like explicitly telling us, like, don't talk to us, go talk to other people. And we just kind of stood there smiling at her, like being good vibes. And then eventually she couldn't help it.
Exactly.
And the smile broke out on her face too.
Yeah. And then she was dancing with us. It was fun.
And it's a perfect metaphor for, we both consider that what we are doing is going to really and truly heal people. We can help heal guys with their insecurities and their traumas and everything by teaching them the processes that we go through. And we can really heal girls with our presence, right? I know that for me, with the girls that I've been interacting with lately, they walk away feeling so much better about themselves, about men, about life, because I'm really bringing out a radiance in them, just like we brought out with that girl last night. And that can be on a very short 20-second interaction where she's upset first and then, she's smiling at the end. Or it can be in a longer interaction, like with the girl that I was with this week. I was really there for her. I really held space for her, allowed her to open up to me. I opened up to her. And there was no tension there. There was no judgment. She'd been through some really hard times earlier this year. I've been through some really hard times over the past year as well. And the time that we spent together was extremely healing. And that's what I want to be for women and for men, throughout the rest of my life. Is I want to be someone who brings healing to this world, because I spent most of my life very damaged, and I've put everything I have into healing myself. Everything. I am so locked in and all in right now. Everything I do is about healing my insecurities and my past traumas and everything. And I'm becoming such a grounded person, a charismatic person, and a person who's able to bring joy to the lives of other people, and a person that brings healing to the lives of other people. And I think that, like I said, that story just kind of showed just a small snippet of like what we can do. Yeah,
I agree. And in my opinion, it's absolutely inevitable. I mean, it's already happening, but I had a very visceral sense of like something big is coming in my life and there's nothing I can do to stop it.
Yeah.
It's happening. So
yeah, it's already starting for me with where I'm at in this 90-day challenge. Dude, I think at the end of 90 days, you're not going to recognize me. It's going to be good. I feel it too. I feel the train coming, if you will, that can't be stopped.
Yeah. And I don't want to stop it. So I'm not going to. So
Hell yeah.
All
right, guys. Well, it's been a good week for us. Honestly, we've been pretty exhausted this week. We've been pushing really hard. I'm in a slight integration phase, but week 6 begins tonight. So I'm going to have to go out and approach at least 6 girls tonight and do that every day this week. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. We love you guys for watching. We hope that, listening to us can help the healing process in you so that you can go out and achieve your goals, that you can connect with people the way that you want to connect with them, connect with girls the way that you want to connect with them. We're trying to do something very different here. We're not just trying to pick up girls. We're trying to be a positive force in the world as well.
Absolutely. And as soon as you guys let us know and you want some coaching, you'll be in on all of our secrets. So.
Yeah, good times. All right, guys, cool. Well, go out there and crush it today. Accomplish your goals. Set standards for yourself. Live by your standards. And we'll see you next week. Until then, go talk to some girls.
Peace.